Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to another Hairy Masters game. What do we got going on here? Already is having some fun, these two players. Let's start off by introducing them. So down the bottom right side of the map, with the NG Bay in the natural expansion, is going to be Mr. MVP, 24 years of age from South Korea. No longer part of a team. I don't think he's retired or anything like that, but he was part of Incredible Miracle up to July last year, and then he's no longer part of that team. Currently teamless, not retired. I don't know, I get confused sometimes about what these players are doing, but still generally playing at the moment, which is very nice. So NG Bay is about to go down. Got some Reapers coming in as well. Managed to kill a worker, which, yeah, it's interesting because actually looks like ToD pushed out a Zealot nice and early to get rid of that NG Bay, which means he didn't go for the Stalker ASAP. Or maybe he went for the Mothership Core first, and that's what he had to use the gas for instead of the Stalker. But the result was there was no Stalker in ToD's base when that Reaper was dicking around, and yeah, managed to actually kill a worker, which is very, very nice stuff. Not something you normally see at the start of the game, but something that definitely happened here. A couple more Marines coming out to push off the Mothership Core, and so much has been happening. I haven't actually introduced the other player. So his name is ToD. He is 30 years of age, from France, plays for the team XMG, and he's been in that team for over 3 years now as of last month, so that is pretty impressive, I gotta say. Very, very impressive. Yeah. So here we go. Reaper coming back for another round. I don't think it's going to get a worker. There we go. Coming, Zealot's waiting for it, but a Stalker really should have been waiting for it because a Zealot is just not fast enough. Here we go. Goes around. Going to be seeing not a lot of interesting stuff, but two Stalkers are going to catch it, and there we go. Does go down. The building that he may have been wanting to scout is the robotics facility over here. That would have been a very nice building to scout because it means there's probably not a Templar Archives coming out. You don't usually build both of them at the same time. And that tells him that he's not going to have to worry about anything like Blink or any sort of high Templar fast push or any dark Templar shenanigans going on. But here we go. So we've got the Observer coming out, maybe followed up with Observers. Probably more likely to be followed up with Colossus, which is a very, very powerful anti-Terran counter. So what is MVP doing on down here other than building Reapers and sending them off to cause havoc? He does have 3 barracks up. He does have a factory coming out, which is very, very nice. He's got a couple of Marines in there, just worried about the Mothership Core. I really don't know, maybe worried about Oracles, but if he had seen that robotics facility, then I suppose he would not be so worried about Oracles, but he doesn't know. He didn't get to scout that mid-tier tech that I think it's the 2nd tier. I don't know, mid-tier, 2nd tier, something like that. Yeah, so I mean the Cyber Core and the Gateways are 1st tier, and then, yeah, the Templar Archives, no, sorry, not the Templar Archives, the Twilight Council Robotic Facility, and the Stargate are all 2nd tier, but he didn't get to scout any 2nd tier buildings, so he's completely in the dark as to what's coming over. Templar Archive, sorry. I didn't even see a Twilight Council being built. Where is this damn thing being built? Did he build it somewhere weird? There we go, he built it over there. No wonder I didn't see it. I just didn't expect a building to be going down there, but he has built it. And now the Templars are coming out. So interestingly enough, got the robotics facility nice and early. Chose not to go for Colossus straight away. We don't even have a robotics bay coming down at the moment. So he's just purely going for Templar. And maybe he's assuming that the robotics facility has been scouted, which of course we know it hasn't. So MVP is still completely in the dark as to the robotics facility. And yeah, so ToD may be doing some sort of fancy jink to say, alright, you know, MVP is over there. He's building a ton of Vikings because he's expecting Colossus to come down. I'm going to send High Templar at him instead. And MVP just has no idea what ToD is building. But he is going for a bunch of good stuff. He's getting for medevacs. He's just getting core units at the moment, just the core triple M. Not going for ghosts, not going for Vikings, not going for anything specialized at the moment. But he definitely should be going for ghosts, given the High Templars that are out there. But whether or not he's going to be able to scout these High Templars, I mean, a scan on the expansion would tell him everything he needs to know. But the high-level Terran players, I mean, they don't really scan unless they're actually attacking stuff or defending stuff. And he might scan. There we go. There's the scan. Sees the High Templar. Sees a whole ton of them. And that is it. Ghost Academy should be coming down ASAP because he is dealing with the High Templars. And now he definitely knows it. So might see an attack up here. Might not. He's instantly extremely scared about being stormed. Chooses to just sort of fall back. He's scouted over here. He sees there's no third base. So he's relatively happy to fall back at this point. He's not going to be doing any sort of hard push, losing half of his forces to snipe a Nexus or anything. He's just going to fall back, happy as a clam, because there's no third base out there. And hopefully, we should be seeing a Ghost Academy come out very, very, very soon. Nice Zealot getting owned down there. There we go. There is the Ghost Academy. Absolutely beautiful. And ToD, meanwhile, is going for the second of the primary Protoss triple M counter units. The first is, of course, the High Templar, and the second is the Colossus. So whether or not MVP is going to anticipate this, which he almost certainly should, because it's very, very common. You almost never see a Protoss player put all of their eggs in one basket. They never just go for all High Templar and then try and do a massive max army attack with High Templar and Zealots and Stalkers and other miscellaneous units. They always go for both of them at the same time. They always go for the Colossus and the High Templar and just sort of mix it up. So MVP getting the Ghosts out, will definitely have to start thinking about getting those Vikings out, potentially getting a second starport to facilitate the increased Viking numbers that he definitely is going to need fairly soon. I mean, he's still got some time, but not as much time as he'd like. I mean, we got the third base coming down for ToD, being built right now. Should be scouted by this Marine if he stops chasing that probe and actually does his job. There we go. He's still just attacking the probe. Here we go. There's actually a High Templar. Oh, the Marine could kill the High Templar. That would be awesome. Has he seen the Nexus? Hasn't seen it, but he's got a pretty good idea. What the hell? That was hallucinating Phoenix, so I don't think we really care about that too much. We've got an Observer beautifully scouting this massive drop. The drop is just going to be stimming in. I think that MVP might have just realized there was an Observer there, and he's now making a move for something. The rocks are going to be going down. ToD absolutely shredding them. And MVP, does he have any idea of the sort of pain that's going to fall on top of him? He's got some idea. He is definitely going to be booking it there. The only thing that can catch him is the Stalkers. And, oh, actually stims around, snipes the Stalker. Almost, I don't know what that force field was really going to trap him, but maybe if you did like an array of force fields, it might have been able to trap him, but didn't quite do it. This Marine on the watchtower does get taken out. Meanwhile, what do we got on here? A nice Warp Prism drop. 4 Zealots going to be going down, but there are reinforcements very, very close at hand, and the Zealots are going to get taken out ASAP. The Warp Prism, meanwhile, just going to be booking it over here, warping in a bunch more Zealots. Very, very nice. We've got an impending attack going over there. Not too bad. A whole bunch of High Templar as well, and I'm not sure if MVP is going to be ready for those guys. He's sort of ready, but still dealing with the Zealots, still his reinforcements. Doing a pretty nice job. I don't think he's lost too many workers in that attack. Are we going to see more? Not really. He's trying to chase this, but couldn't quite get it. Worker count, 3 lost on one side, 5 on the other side, so nobody's really lost that many workers in this game. Still pretty good from a defensive point of view. We've got some Zealots working down the rocks here as well, trying to get a bit sneaky. Where are the Vikings in this game? I still don't see any. Has the Colossus tech been revealed to MVP? That is the question. Even if it hadn't, I would still be a little bit worried about. I mean, I'm pretty sure we saw a second starport, starport being put down. No, maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't. If we haven't got a second starport, then I don't know, man. I mean, MVP, when you've been playing the game for as long as he has, you have to expect Colossus to be coming out when when you're doing Triple M, your opponent's going to get Colossus. I mean, that's all there is to it. Did he just get a bunch more gateways? He dropped like 12 of those guys. Really, really nice. And somehow I think like the last Marine managed to knock out the Warp Prism. Very, very nice. So reinforcements going to be taking these guys out once again. We've got a massive army over there. We've got a nice little Warp Prism getting stuff up there. We've got a main army coming from this side. Quite a few Colossus. We do finally have some Vikings coming out for MVP. He hasn't got any at the moment, but he is building 2 of them. And here we go, the main attack coming in. They're going to be pulling these guys all over there. May even be able to snipe. This orbital is going to lift off, and there's going to be no snipe there. A preemptive storm. It kills a few things, but doesn't really do too much damage. And the main thing it does do is stop MVP from chasing ToD as he retreats. Meanwhile, a couple of Zealots coming in here. Warp Prisms coming in. The warp action from ToD. Absolutely exemplary in this game, and he might be able to cancel level 2 army here. It looks like he's going to be able to. Level 2 weapons now looking in dire straits as well, and I don't think MVP is going to be able to stop this. There they go, both of those major upgrades going down, 2/3 of the way complete, and they have been cancelled. That is a very, very, very nice blow from Mr. ToD here, and he is starting to look like he is in the lead here, starting to look like he's in a great position. MVP still with a very, very decent army, but he is going to be hurting after losing those upgrades. He's going to be hurting quite a lot. So we're going to see him move out for the counter-attack right here. He's moving out. He's got a decent amount of ghosts, 7, only 2 Vikings, but he's continuing to build them up. Meanwhile, we do have 6 Colossus here. That is a very decent amount of Colossus. I do not see this working out well for MVP at all. He does not have the Viking numbers that he needs to bash away at these Colossus numbers. Not too much on the ground though. A decent amount of Zealots. It's not too bad, but he's also got the high Templars as well. So I think between those two should probably be fine. There is a decent amount of Marauders here. 31 under 41, so it's not too bad at all. Definitely a beefy amount of Marauders, so hopefully that should mitigate a lot of the storm action, but it's not going to help a lot against the Colossus. The Colossus will eat through Marauders. They just take a little bit longer to chew them down. We've got a very nice snipe here. We've got a nice couple of Zealots here. Not too much, just another drop. And it looks like he did manage to snipe the Nexus and then ran for it. So MVP coming back with a very, very nice attack. A ton more Marauders here. I don't think he really wants to engage the main army though. He must know that he's low on Viking numbers. But look at this. It is Christmas for MVP right there. Snipes another Nexus and then gets out of there. I don't think he was expecting to get 2 Nexi, but he definitely did get that. We've got another one coming up there. And ToD is... Jeez, we haven't been checking the workers. Look at that. 59 over 31. MVP has lost 28 workers, I'll give him that. Those Zealots have been hard at work over on the other side of the map, and they have killed a ton. So, yes, MVP crippled on the worker count. ToD now, I'm going to say crippled on the expansion. Yeah, I mean, 59 workers and only 1 mining base. That's definitely crippled. But, of course, MVP has 2 mining bases, but only 30 workers. So he's crippled in a different way. But, yeah. What have we got going on down here? A couple of Zealots, a couple of Marauders. Marauders keeping an eye on the high pass. There's Zealots trying to get through. Oh, look at these Marauders, man. Oh my god. That guy, that Zealot is an absolute beast. I don't know how those Marauders got so low in the first place, but they is definitely... Oh, and the Widow Mine's let... Yeah. You thought you had it won, but you did not. Look at this Widow Mine. I don't think that Widow Mine's going to get a lot, but he's going to get a bit. He's going to smack him in the face, and the army is like, oh, damn, fly just stung me. And we've got a nice EMP Ghost running into a storm. Oh, that guy got a very nice storm off just before he got owned. We got some Colossus coming down. The Viking numbers are starting to get a little bit higher, and the anti-air against the Vikings is not really there, although we're starting to see some Archons do some damage. Really want to see a great storm on top of those Vikings, but I think the ToD was just saving all of his storms for the ground forces. I don't think he was really too worried about the Vikings, even though he did lose 3 Colossus. Maybe next time we will see some storms go down on the Vikings, which is usually where we do see them as a primary sort of focus. The Colossus take care of the Triple M, and they're so good at taking care of them, whereas the Storms are a bit sort of hit and miss kind of thing against the Triple M. They're not super reliable. The Colossus are super reliable if they stay alive. So using the Storms to take out the Vikings allows your Colossus to live, and then you pretty much won the game. So it's interesting that we didn't see the Storms on the Vikings, but nevertheless, the Archons took out most of the Vikings anyway. So ToD still getting a great attack there, even though eventually he was forced back. So the question is, do we have a second starport? I cannot see one. No, there we go. It's under the factory. So the second starport there, looking good. And these attacks, though, absolutely relentless from Mr. ToD. And the workers, I mean, he's been building workers, but he's back down to 31, so he's obviously just been losing more and more and more. But he's keeping on, trying on. He's like 1.5 bases mining at this point. Needs to be thinking about another base, but I really don't see how he can possibly get another base and actually hold on to it, because he's barely able to hold on to this one. I mean, he's got the bunker, couple of units on top of it, but he's really not showing solid defense on this third base. It's been hit over and over and over again. I mean, we got the Widow Mine there. Widow Mine's not too bad, but these Zealots are just going to go in, and he's doing a better job. This is starting to look like a better defense, I'll give him that, but this is the first time we've really seen MVP put up a good fight against this base, because I think the Zealots have gone in multiple times and they've always found it very easy to get in there. There we go, another beautiful start from MVP. We got some Marauders coming in here. A Storm landing straight on top of them, and whatever craziness they were hoping to do here doesn't look like it's going to be working out, but they definitely got a bunch of good stuff there. And there we go, Stimming running as fast as they can to get the hell out of there. Zealots continuing to chase, but I think only the Stalkers can really catch a full Triple M army once it's on the move like that. But he doesn't need to chase him, he just needs to attack, and pretty much MVP is going to run out of space sooner or later. Emphasis on sooner right here. And ToD, is he going to go for it right here? We do have 4 Vikings coming out at once, which is what I really, really like to see. The Colossus numbers haven't gone up to their previous 6. They are down at 4. And we do have a decent amount of Archons, decent amount of High Templars. So the Vikings going for a beautiful flank. Not quite going all the way though. Nice Widow Mine hit getting there. It's actually took off like half of that Archon shields, which is very, very, very sweet. So here we go. Oh, MVP, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Oh, pushed a little bit too hard. Did lose a Viking and only got 1 volley off there, so definitely not worth it. I don't think that ToD was meaning to tease those Vikings, but irregardless, that's what ended up happening. And long distance mining on this third base once again. He's getting a 4th base as well on the other side, and his army has been, his army is covering this 4th base right now, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. We're officially out of minerals over here, and yes, MVP is muling his way to victory right now. He's muling his way to, I don't know what, but we'll see. This base is going to run out really, really fast if he starts throwing mules everywhere. He definitely needs a 4th base, I would say. It's almost the 30-minute mark, and he hasn't got a 4th base yet, which is bad. I mean, ToD, not exactly the pinnacle of macro superiority in this game, because he keeps losing bases, but I think he's doing better than MVP, and I think that's probably the important thing right here. So here we go, nice attack coming in here. ToD wants to wipe this 3rd base out, really, really wants to just take it out. And MVP is moving out, going for an attack. Oh, this is a recipe for disaster right here. He's going to move out. He's going to be around here maybe when ToD goes in. That is like the worst case scenario. And if MVP starts to realize though, then he can sort of sit back, wait, and get a sweet ass flank on this army. But here we go, the Widow Mine. The Widow Mine sees them, the Widow Mine sees everything. There we go, MVP going to be going in for the flank. But ToD, realizing what's going on, gets scanned, runs the hell out of there into a better, more fortified location over there. So could have been a major upset there if MVP did get a beautiful flank and did take everything down, but ToD sensed a flank coming and got the hell out of there. And while all that's going on, we do have a 4th base coming down for MVP. which is, yeah, it's exactly what he needs to do. So absolutely beautiful. We got Cloak coming on. That's for the Ghost. I thought for a second he was doing some sort of Banshee research, but that is a Ghost cloaking, which is very nice. Bunch of Zealots coming in here. Not really much for them to do, but maybe they were hoping to find a 4th base out in the wings. We've got a nice little attack coming up here, but ToD still doesn't look like he's really ready to commit. Just wants to move in there, hit some storms, and it's more of a diversionary attack to allow these guys to do some good work. But there was, of course, reinforcements ready to take out the Zealots, so that's not too bad. And ToD probably just going to be pulling back right here. And even though he did really accomplish something, he's keeping MVP on his toes, and now that ToD does have a base on each wing, it's going to be harder to look after both of them. But if you can keep MVP sort of sitting in his base, sort of worried about Zealots consistently coming in, I mean, then that's definitely a good thing from ToD's point of view. And it looks like that is going to be his plan, because we've got more Zealots coming in there. They're going to run straight in. Are we going to see another duck in from his main army? Doesn't look like it. He's just going to send the Zealots in there, see what they do, and may even be able to take out the orbital command here, but it doesn't look like it. Here we go. The main army coming back here. Oh, he's going for a snipe on the orbital command here. Might be able to get it. He's really, really working hard. And there he goes. Looks like he's going to be burning down. Oh, it's 19 and 17, 16, 15. Come on. Where's the mule when you need it? Does go down. It was like 10 seconds where it was not being attacked, where he could have muled and repaired it, but very, very tricky, and it did go down in the end. But he could probably move this one over because it's only mining off 1 gas at the moment. So yes, MVP is really, really pissed off at the moment. He is going nuts. He wants to do some damage to Mr. ToD. Unfortunately, he is running into a lot of storms at the moment. He's going out and he's like, rah, and then he's just running into storms everywhere. And ToD doing a very nice job of just cleaning up everything. I guess MVP just sort of figured, yeah, I just lost my 4th base. Economically, I'm not getting back into this game. I need to go out, I need to smack him around, destroy his army, take out one of his wing bases, and maybe get back into the game. But did not happen, ran into a ton of storms, and that was it. ToD coming out with a victory there with some very, very nice gameplay. The early drops, Zealot drops from him, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, just overall, just great gameplay, even considerably overcoming all the very nice Nexus snipes that MVP kept doing. Yeah, just a great job. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this game. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next week with another one. Stay tuned for that.